Okay, here we go. Well, where to begin with this rant? It's not a rant, it's a recollection, it's a reflection, it's a remembrance. Yeah. Being indigenous, two-spirit, queer, trans, disabled, a bunch of stuff. Puts me in a unique position. I don't talk too much about this world and how it treats people like me like utter shit, because that's how it's designed. If you're not cis, hetero, white, able-bodied, middle class, white picket fence, the whole deal, then you're not one of us. Such a ridiculous thing. But anyway, I would say something like that in preface to this story that I should rant that I want to share about what happened over the winter. So I was land defending. I was land defending down at Audits, so-called Fairy Creek in Patchtat territory. And all I could think of was reflecting on how all these settlers are just so uptight and politically ignorant in so many different ways. It makes it so unsafe and so hard, because they don't know how to not be oppressive jerks, colonial jerks, into which they totally were. So ended up getting fed up with it all, and I left. And probably the second week of November, the 11th maybe, recently found a receipt to remind me of that. I hung out with Bear Henry, and then I got vilified for that. Bear came after me almost after they were found and blocked me. This is so ridiculous. I just can't believe how people are, really. I just can't. So anyway, call the cops on me for being with Bear. The cops even show up to my door. And then they're like, oh, and I said, just to be clear, before you go on your little I'm working for the cops rant, let's be clear about what cops represent to someone like me. Who's been to prison, who's been vilified, part of the drug war bullshit fucking garbage. Oh my god. People are so ridiculous. And so they come to my door, and they're like two women, of course, and it was like, obviously the idea of what was going on was not too horrendous, so they were actually thinking of not being total fucking goofs like typical dudes. And so they sent a couple of women, and I decided to talk with them. I was going to ignore them because that's what I do, because they're so atrocious. Their training, their psychological evaluations, all that crap. So ew. Anyway, I tell them that I ended up opening the door, and I said, hey, this is who you are. You better understand who the fuck you are and what you represent, and then I'll tell you something. So I did that, looked them right in the eye, and tripped them out. I said, you represent so much death and bullshit and corruption. It's ridiculous. Fuck my family up. Fuck up indigenous people. I said, I hung out with Bear and gave them, even oh, what about this phone? I'm like, how do you know I gave them a phone? She's so ridiculous. Fuck. I bought them a fucking $400 phone. Bought them a phone plan. I can fill their car up with $130 in gas. Bought them a speaker, some oil. Like, this is ridiculous, man. People are just so messed up. fucking assholes. Pointless. But anyway, all that shit happened, and then they fucking tell the cops my phone number, and they come to my door eventually, like a month later. Where's Bear? Oh my god. Go hang out with the guy for an hour, or whatever. Anyway. So, I finally come back to the coast in the middle of November after hanging out with Bear, and all these cops are coming at me because they give them my phone number, give all these other strangers my phone number. So gross. And so by the middle of November, I'm starting to get pretty messed up because I'm leaving, jettisoning out of fucking being in the bush. And I come back to this urban center to just crush my heart. Because I just like the completely opposite, you know, living indigenously, living on the land, you know, being with my relatives in the bush. That was like awesome. So, yeah, I come back and organize the Trans Day of Remembrance in the middle of November. And then it went pretty good. Of course, some white people in our trans community attacked me. That's unsafe. It's COVID. Numbers are high. It's so ridiculous. Wow. Gaslighting. Colonial jerks. Wonder when that's gonna end. So anyway, I do the TDOR. I'm like massively depressed, unbelievably so. Almost no support from the community. Our community is so, people talk about the community out here, and almost none of it's good. It's so messed up we are. We just continue to do it. It's incredible how we just live with it and think it's okay, day in, day out. This is how things are. We're carceral fucking clowns. Carceral colonial clowns. So I come back, I'm back here, massively depressed. Oh my god, practically suicidal. The cops coming after me. And then Fairy Creek in, I don't know, middle of December, a posting about me, telling everybody that they're closing down for the season, but we're gonna post this slanderous, fucking making your life massively unsafe post, anti-trans post, anti-sex work. This is so bad. My friend Amanda went in there, talked about how ridiculous it was, and then they just fucking dumped on her head. I just avoided the whole thing. It was so bad, the posting, that the cops came to my door and pounded on it. A couple of knucklehead fucking cops. Let's go investigate this posting. Come to my door, spy on me. I was chatting with somebody on my iPad, which I'm using right now, and they pounded on my door. I was like sitting here, bam, bam, bam. Vancouver police. I'm like, what the fuck? Didn't answer the door. And then I answered the door. Finally, after they pounded on it for the second time, it came back an hour later, and it was like, what do you want? Tammy Starlight, what do you want? I'm like, Tammy Starlight? I just want to talk to them. What do you want? Tammy Starlight. The fucking cops are just so corrupt, it's incredible. Fuck. So the posting sent the cops to my door. Triggered the shit out of me, pounding on my door. A couple of knucklehead dudes. Fuck, unbelievable. That was before Christmas, and then I sailed through Xmas. Like, just messed up. Yeah, it was a great time of year to be single and traumatized and have people looking for you, white supremacists, fucking other cisheter white goofs. Oh my god. All that happened. Yep. I just can't believe it, really, how I was feeling and the things I was thinking about, and wow, right? Yeah. Basically, social movements are like where people are just working on all their garbage ideas and it's so unsafe for lots of people. But usually it's unsafe for the wrong people. And all the people with all the privilege and power just marching around, blah, blah, blah. I don't give a fuck about marginalized people. They give a fuck about themselves as usual with this fucking world and how self-centered and selfish it is, eh? Yeah. Psh. Look at my career. Look at my fucking money, my picket fence, the whole shit show. It's fucking atrocious. Build a society of self-centeredness. That's right, and then we'll have a bunch of cops to defend all your crap. And come after fucking marginalized people. Yeah. But, you know, at the end of the day, I don't ruminate about this stuff. Today's a rant day, or this rant moment, where I get to rant about this stuff and get it off my chest and share it with y'all. But, like, you know, we don't have to be transphobic, homophobic, ableist, racist, fucking, you know, we don't have to be those people. You know, those ideas are ideas that other people made up. Stop following them. Fuck. Why don't you actually help create a better world for everybody and not just people you agree with your shitty ideas? Let's try that. Fuck. How about you admit how fucking ridiculous you are? Huh? How about you seriously look at what you do to the planet and other people? Eh? Because I will. I'm going to continue to reflect on who I am and what I do on this planet. Because that's the thing I have the most power over. But I have to say, though, we're in big fucking trouble. It's going to get hotter and hotter and hotter. Just like people said, we can stop burning petroleum right now, and we're going to just get hotter and hotter and hotter. It's going to be ridiculous. We're going to have massive storms and weird-ass shit happen. Oh, fuck. We're all just so ridiculous. Look at me and my stuff. I'm going to fly to fucking whatever. Ugh. To believe this world means you're insane. But anyway. Yes, I'm insane. Yes, I'm damaged goods. Yes, I have trauma. Yes, I have some bad ideas. But hey, I'm working them out. I'm looking, I'm reflecting, I'm slowing down to seriously look at this stuff. Because that's part of the trick, too, of this world. To be so goddamn busy, you can't take 3 seconds to think about what the hell you're doing and how this all works. Right? Yeah. Busyness. So let's vibrate on the love. Let's vibrate on the joy. Let's vibrate on community. Let's vibrate on sustainability. Let's vibrate on indigenousness. Let's vibrate on how we're going to care about the planet and each other. Yes. Decolonize intersectionally. Let's stick together. It's gonna get harder.